Cruz and welcome to Rauta's Heavy Metal Reviews. This time doing a review from Spain, so hence nothing to unbox. Let's focus on the music. And here we have a heavy metal band from Cyprus, previously from international waters. And now it's time for the third album by this very band, The Day Bastard Leaders Die. Third album by the band Mirror, which is then again a lineup full of veteran members of metal scene, that is. This is a tricky album for a couple of reasons. First of all, it kind of requires you to enjoy melodic, high-pitchy, heavy metal vocals. Not so much a problem probably if you're a fan of Judas Priest or Iron Maiden and the like, or maybe if you're more leaning to power metal. However, if you're looking for more raspiness, let's talk about bands like Wasp or Manowar for that matter. Not the early ones, maybe, because that kind of requires you to have the soft spot for cheesy, melodic, high-pitched vocals. Mirror is not maybe for you. That is, if you are not ready for these vocals. Also, you have to be ready for rather cheesy songwriting. I mean, kind of sugary. And if that is your thing, maybe Mirror has a story to be shared with you. This third album is done with some 9 tracks and almost 45 minutes. And all the way through it's pretty much the kind of a one-trick pony. If you're ready for this kind of a melodic, old school, old-fashioned heavy metal, if you will, definitely leaning towards power metal, you're maybe in for a treat. Unless you are not ready for some kind of a B or even C class heavy metal. My problem with The Day Bastard Leaders Die is that it's not pushing the right buttons. On the contrary, it kind of manages to annoy me, even though I consider myself a heavy metal fan. Now, let's do a little bit of a dissecting to explain this further. First of all, those vocals, they are not too good. They kind of know what they're doing, but they rub me the wrong way. It's not so much like the vocalist is incapable of handling the vocals, doing the lyrics and all that stuff. The singing is actually kind of quite okay, but it's nowhere near, the vocalists such as Rob Halford or Dickinson or Ronnie James Dio, may he rest in peace. The vocals are kind of something that I would call surviving. They do their job okay, but beyond that, not gonna cut it. When it comes to songwriting, B is very melodic, sugary, and kind of overwhelming melodic. It is almost like, not gonna be the thing for me. I'm thinking of a donut. They're donuts which are very, very delicious and very much to be eaten with a cup of coffee or something like that. And then there are the ones which are way too sugary. You go all that way, like halfway through, and I'm done it. I cannot handle it. My teeth can't handle it. It's just, melting everything inside. Not because necessarily it's bad tasting, but it's just kind of too sugary. And that's going with Mirror as well. It's not like it's outright bad, but it's doing the thing like in a wrong way. As if there is not enough variety with the songwriting and all, but also because it's kind of getting too much power metal vibes. And mind you, it's not like I dislike power metal, it's just not mostly my cup of tea. But Mirror is more like a C-class attempt at very, very basic traditional heavy metal, but taking too much element from power metal and trying to cope with it. For me, it sounds like a very, very mediocre, or maybe even less than that, kind of heavy metal album that is very, very much trying to pick up the pieces what better bands just kind of, handed out or left on the floor when editing their albums, and Mirror is like, hey, we can use those. The riffs are not exactly good, the melodies are not exactly good, they're not bad either, but there's something like, do I really need this kind of an album to begin with? So unless you have a soft spot both for heavy metal and power metal and you just love those sugary melodies and you love high pitchy vocals, then this could be your thing. But for others, more like, why? This is a band that by third album should have been evolved into something more meaningful, something better, something that actually makes waves. And now it feels like the world doesn't really need this kind of album. Like I said, it's not exactly bad, but it sounds like, a demo in an album ways, 40, 45 minutes or so, 9 tracks, and then you're like, yeah, but this is not better than an average demo. It's more like go back to your rehearsal rooms, hone those songs, polish the sound, make the vocals better, make everything better, and then it would be. So I have hard time enjoying Mirror. To me it feels like an annoying little brother of bands like Riot City, even though technically speaking that couldn't be probably farther from the truth. The point here is, it's not like good heavy metal died, but Mirror is just not one of them. Not with this album anyway. So only for fanatics of melodic heavy metal, nothing beyond that. Enjoy, you will find links provided in the description box. See you.